a TFWire.com video review.
Hey, this is Matrix Prime with TFWire.com with my video review of Classics Grimlock. And as you can plainly see, the Classics Grimlock is also a T-Rex in its alternate mode, just like the G1 figure. To kick off the review, we'll start with the color scheme, and that's primarily made up of 3 different colors. We'll start with the black. As you can see, there's black here on the side of the figure, which extends all the way up to the top of the neck. We have some black here at the top of the leg, and we also have some black here at the base of the tail. Next up is gold, which you can see appears here on the top of the neck, and then completely encircles the neck. We have some gold here on the front claws, as well as on the rear claws. And we have some gold here, which starts at the base of the tail and goes all the way down to the very tip. And last but not least, we have gray, which, as you can plainly see, makes up the rest of the figure. Now, I do want to comment on the upper body, in that it's a bit different than the rest of the figure, and the difference is it has a black wash applied to it. I'm not sure how well that comes across in the video, but there is a black wash there, and it gives it a nice worn and battle damaged look, which would have looked great on the all the pieces of the figure. Why Hasbro chose not to apply it, I'm not quite sure. It's Hasbro. Sometimes they make strange decisions. And lastly, on the colors, I do want to comment on the head. The head is actually a different color than the rest of the body, and the best way to show that is to actually flip the figure up here and look at the hinge in which the head is attached. The hinge is made up of the gray plastic, which you can see on the rest of the figure, and it's also made up of plastic which is the same color as the head. And if you look at the hinge here, you can clearly see that those two colors are not the same at all. And it really stands out. I'm not sure how well it comes across in the video, but it really does stand out when you look at the figure in person. Why Hasbro chose not to use the same type of plastic or same color of plastic, I'm not sure. Once again, they're Hasbro. And lastly, if we look at the top of the head again, we have this translucent red piece here, which allows the light to enter, and upon doing so, the eyes will also light up red. So that's it as far as the color scheme goes. For articulation, we have the legs, which can rotate 360 degrees, can move in and out from the body, they can bend at the knee, and the feet can also move up and down. We have the little gimpy hands, or little gimpy arms here, which can move in and out from the body just ever so slightly, and they can also rotate 360 degrees. We have the head here, which can open and close its mouth, and can look up and down. Well, up and forward. And last but not least, we have the tail, which has 4 points of articulation on it, which is kind of nice. That's pretty much it for articulation. Next we'll move on to weapons, and if you've been paying attention, you'll notice that the figure has this post sticking out of its back, and that's so that the spring-loaded missile launcher can be inserted. It can be inserted into that. You could use the peg here on the bottom of the launcher and just stick it into the hole on top of the peg on the back, and there you go. Okay, so that's it for the T-Rex mode here. I'll now show you the transformation to robot mode. We'll start by removing the tail here, which you just slide that up like so. We'll move the little gimpy arms up here and out of the way. Next, we'll rotate the head up as far as it goes and open the mouth as wide as it can. And we'll just separate this whole upper body here from the midsection of the dinosaur mode. And as you can now tell, the upper body and head becomes the legs and feet, and we'll just go ahead and separate those into 2 halves. We'll take the upper body here and rotate it a quarter turn like so. We'll actually rotate this piece around the head, back like so. Now we'll take this leg here, which appears on the front portion of the figure, and rotate the entire chest section 180 degrees. Next we'll take the post, which was on the back of the figure in dinosaur mode, and fold that to the back of the figure like so. That allows us to take the leg in the front here and fold it around, and that will become the right arm of the robot mode. And then we can take this leg and fold it to the side of the figure like so, and that will become the left arm. We'll take this black panel here on the rear of the head, fold that down like so. We'll take the black panels here which appear next to the head and fold those down onto the shoulders like so. And lastly, we'll fold the dinosaur feet up, back like so, revealing the robot hands. And now we have Grimlock in robot mode. We'll start with the color scheme. Color scheme is practically the same as the dinosaur mode. We have your gray, we have your gold, we have your black. We do have quite a bit more black here, as you can see up here around the head. We have some black here on the chest, and we also have some black here on the midsection of the toy. We also have some more gold appearing here on the chest, and we do have some more translucent red plastic, which as you can see appears here on the chest, and we also have up here on the eyes. As for articulation, the arms can rotate 360 degrees, can move in and out from the body, and they can bend at the elbow. The legs can move in and out from the body, they can move forward and backward, and they can bend at the knee. And if you really want to get technical, the feet can also move up and down. So that's pretty much it for articulation. For weapons, we have the weapon that we had in the dinosaur mode, and that can be placed in either hand. We also have the tail from dinosaur mode, and that can be placed in either hand. And to do that, you just take this little piece here, rotate it up and around, and then you can place it in either hand like so. So that's it for the weapons, and now I want to comment on the problems with the figure. More specifically, the problems with the figure in this mode. Starting off, we have the arms. If we look at the arms here, they don't actually attach to the side of the figure. The arms do have this little hole on each side, and on the side of the body we have a little peg. Now you would think that they would actually lock into place, but unfortunately it does not. Another thing, if we look at the top of the figure here, and fold the shoulder panel up and out of the way, there's two little holes here which appear on top of the arms. Well, if we look at the shoulder panel here, I'm not sure how well this comes across in the video, but there's two little pegs here. Now you might think that maybe this will lock it into place. Well, those pegs don't line up with the holes on top of the arms there, so once again the arms are free to swing around as they please. That's the main problem with the figure in this mode. I've noticed that, you may have noticed while I was transforming the figure, that the arms were always swinging out. That also happens to be the case when you're trying to pose the arms. I'm not sure why something couldn't have been implemented on the figure to actually lock those into place, but there you have it. Overall, it's an okay figure. I had the choice of picking this up or Mirage. There was only this one Grimlock on the shelves, so I decided to pick this up. I thought that Mirage might be a bit easier to find down the road, so I went with this one. Overall, it doesn't seem to be of the same caliber as the rest of the Classics figures, in my opinion. It seems to be more of like a Beast Wars figure, I guess I want to say, than like an upgraded G1 toy. Overall, I like the dinosaur mode. It's a really great mode. The robot mode looks nice, but it does have the arm problems, which I've mentioned. And because it doesn't seem to be of the same caliber as the rest of the Classics figures, at least in my opinion, I'm going to give it a bit lower score. And with that, I give the figure a 7.5 out of 10.